So we're going to start out with our historical data already formatted in Excel. If you do not know how to do this, I have pasted a few links below explaining how to do so. So the first thing to do is change the position angle from degrees to radians, because Excel cannot solve trigonometric functions in degrees. First, we take the position angle and multiply it by pi and divide it by 180, which gives us our position angle in radians. So we will go on Excel and change our degrees to radians. So to do this, we type inside the function bar equal to our position angle in degrees, which is b2 times pi divided by 180. Now, if we click this green square at the bottom right corner, we can drag it down the column and it will convert the position angle in all of column B to radians. So the next step to do is change from polar to Cartesian coordinates. Here are the formulas on how to do so. Now we need to find our x and y components, and we do this by converting our measurements to Cartesian coordinates. To solve for x, it is equal to the separation, which for this row is c2, times the sine of our position angle in radians. And once again, we click on the green square and drag it down the column, and it will give us all of our calculations for the horizontal coordinates. To solve for y, it is equal to the negative separation times the cosine of our position angle in radians. Once more, we click on the green square and drag it down to calculate all of the vertical coordinates. The position angle and separation our group measured in 2022 was about 70.95 degrees and 9.7 arcseconds. And Excel automatically solves the horizontal and vertical components of that year. Now we can start graphing. Highlight the X and Y columns. Click on Insert and choose the XY scatter chart. You can now give your graph a title. I am going to click on Chart Elements and then click on Axis Titles. In Kaylee's paper, the x-axis is the right ascension and the y-axis is the declination. Click on Chart Elements again and click on the black arrow next to Axis. Then click on More Options. To make sure you are modifying the horizontal axis, click on the Axis options and make sure Horizontal Value Axis is selected. I am going to set the minimum bound to 3.0 and the maximum bound to 10.0. Now I will go to Axis Options and click on Vertical Value Axis. And I'm going to set the minimum bound to negative 4.0 and the maximum bound to negative 0.5. Color mapping the points according to time, with the darker points being the most recent, is suggested. So I separated each color group into centuries. I am going to right-click the graph and click on Select Data. Next, click Edit. I am going to name this series 1800s. Now, in my spreadsheet, the 1800s go from row 2 to row 10. So my x value will start from row 2 and end at row 10. This is the same with the y-axis. Then click OK. Click Add again. The series name for this will be 1900s. The 1900s go from row 11 to row 29. So we will choose our x and y values that go from row 11 to row 29. Then we click OK. Click Add. The series name for this will be 2000s. The 2000s go from row 30 to row 40. However, we do not want to include row 40. We will only go to 39 in this series. Click Add. I named this series New because it is the new data we collected, which is only in row 40. Now we click OK. Since we want to color code the points with the darker points being the most recent, by right-clicking, I'm going to change the point representing our newest data to the color black. The 2000s will be a bit lighter, and the 1900s will be an even lighter color, and so on. And now we have our graph.